morning, good morning. Just woke up about 30 minutes ago. It is 7. Ugh. Nah, I woke up at 6:15, but I'm still kind of stupid. Anyway, it is around 7 in the morning, and I'm going to take a walk before I take my yoga class, which I'm really looking forward to. Hoping I can really get stretched out and just release some body stress. This is where I'm walking at, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Look at. Ooh, that is a beautiful photo. Anyway, today is really interesting. So, morning. Anyway, I realized that I'm still bothered by something that happened with my family. I'm still bothered by it because morning. Because for me, it's hard to believe that she don't care. But she acts like she doesn't care. And maybe she doesn't because, you got to go by what people show you, right? Let me tell you guys, the main reason why people apologize, if they're genuine, of course, right? They apologize because, one, they're taking accountability for their actions. And two, because they're showing that they care. They care about you and how they've impacted you. Whether that was intentional or not. Whether that was something they were aware of or not. And in fact, that's more reason why, a person would want to apologize. But, so in any case, I haven't heard an apology, any sort of acknowledgement. And it makes me feel sad. It makes me feel bad. Like, come on now. Especially because I love that girl. I love her. I love her creation. I love who she is. Like, she's just a phenomenal, bright person. At this moment in her life, she ain't bright as she has been since we were children. It's hard to watch. And guys, let's be real. Like, I'm by no means perfect. I'm not by no means in the position at this very moment that I want to be in my life. And I got a lot to work on myself, which is why I took that as a sign that I need to prioritize me and stop trying to help and save and aid everybody else. Even as much as it pains me, because I know that my contribution has an impact, has created change already. So, but I just need to pull back a little bit. At least prioritize my time. At least like do what I need to do before I lend a hand to someone else. And to be honest, yesterday was really hard on the productivity side. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot done. I still did, what I need to do. And that's what it is, right? But there's so much more that I could have done had I been more focused and more just focused. And some of that has to do with like the fact that, it's still in my mind. And I know I need to talk to her, but in my season right now, I don't like to start my day off with that kind of energy, At least that's what I'm telling myself. But I know had I had the conversation when there was an opportunity, we wouldn't be talking right now. So, I probably would be passed on to the next thing. Or not, I don't know, because there's a lesson in that. Sometimes people aren't going to apologize. Like sometimes it's just you got to take it for what it is. And what they say, pivot. Okay, make the adjustment. You know, do what you can to make sure you're mentally okay. And that's it. Basically, a non-apology is very clear. They don't care. But it's hard for me to believe that she don't care. Like sometimes it's a front. Sometimes it's just a protection thing. You know, I don't want to be wrong. Ego. I've done it myself. I'm the oldest. So, you know, there's plenty of times I probably was wrong. Not probably. I'm sure there's many times that I've been wrong and I didn't extend an apology. Excuse me. You know, but now as I'm older, listen, I will apologize. And half the time I'm apologizing for myself because I want to take ownership for what my action what reaction my actions cause or response, you know what I'm saying? But more importantly now, it's become about me showing how much I care. Like, I care. And sometimes I care too much. And that's something that I'm honest, like, that's something that's really impacted my life for the longest. Like, I care too much about okay, let's go through this, guys, right? We care too much about what other people think. We care too much about what other people feel. We care too much about what other people say. And we don't give a shit about how we feel. We don't give a shit about what we think. And we don't carefully to use our words. So we don't care what we say either. When the more important thing is, how do I feel? Actually, let me correct the last thing about say, right? Because what people say. We care a lot what people say. We care a lot about what they might say. So we don't say anything. Especially in like some sort of, you know, situation where feelings are involved. So let me recap that. We care a lot what other people say. We care a lot about what other people think. We care a lot about how other people feel. But we don't care about what we need to say. We don't care about what we think. And we don't care about how we feel. When at the end of the day, I'm only responsible for my feelings. So, not addressing something is toxic to you. To me. See, we talking about us. Me. And anybody who can relate. Because it's been in my body. I feel it. It's disrupting my day. I was not as productive as I wanted to be. You know? Let me put it like this. I was so excited to contribute to my family. To teach my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy was making so much progress. Super proud. And it hurt my feelings. That my time wasn't, you know, like disregarded, wasted. Like, okay. You know? I'm not telling y'all the full story. I need to stop doing that, but this is what I'm saying for now, okay? If it needs more explanation, it will be at a later date, or even, I don't know. I'm still getting comfortable with this, guys. And I will tell you that the main reason that it's hard for me to communicate this is because in my family, communication was a huge problem. Oh my gosh, guys. You don't understand. Communication, I feel like I know we say that like in a relationship, communication, typically you think of like, typically the world thinks of like a relationship between, someone who's like partners and in a loving relationship or what have you. But that goes all, like, communication is so important. So important. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what happened. Why you feel that way. Help me to try to understand where you're coming from. Help me so that I may be able to do something different, so I could pivot, so I could better serve you if we're in a relationship or if we're a family. Guys, growing up, we had so much like, don't tell this person this, don't say this, keep your business to yourself kind of mentality amongst family. And that makes we're not connected. If I can't tell you how I feel, if I don't have someone to, like, in my direct family to honestly open up to, and like, it stifles you. I'm talking about, I would say this though. Growing up, I did have like my favorite cousin type thing, but I'm talking about in your family dynamic, like between the parents and the child, how much that impacts you. Not only does it allow you to be a better communicator when you get older, and to stand on your ground and express how you feel, but it teaches you that your words and your thoughts and how you feel are important. It's important. And somebody else might not know or think that that's important, but if it's important to you, then it's important. And if I'm a family, if we are a unit, I'm going to at least give you the decency and the respect and the love by listening, hearing you out. So that's where I'm at right now. Communication, I didn't know how much of a huge role or lack thereof of communication, how much of a huge role that played in my life, because then when I went to jobs, I didn't know how to ask for what I want. I didn't know how to communicate with confidence. I didn't know how to, I didn't know that just because you're my boss, you can't talk to me any kind of way. It was more like they're the authority. Now, not to say that I haven't done a lot of things in my job where I had, do speaking and things like that. Those were some gradual lessons, things that happened in my life that forced me to kind of like show up. And so what would happen is I'd have this pattern where I'd be great, shine my light real good, speak in front of, executives and presidents or whatever, and then somehow revert back to reality, almost like a self-sabotaging cycle. Like, it's like, oh, you just did that, I didn't really believe me, I was just operating, I was just doing my job, but yeah, guys, what I'm passionate about is like trying to help families when the kids are young, because that sets them up to be great, gives them a great foundation, such a great foundation. Like, had I been encouraged, to talk, sit at a table, have a conversation, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Is there anything that's bothering you? All right, let's address it. Let's not hold it in. Move on. Just because I'm an authority in your life don't mean you can't express how you feel. That's what a parent would say, right? Or just because I'm your parent. But, that's what I'm talking about. So, communication. And right now, with my family, I see it. It's just communication. Nobody wants to hurt each other's feelings. And I'm still operating like that. That's how we did since we was kids. I mean, except for when we were children, I think we were more expressive. I feel like we were very much more expressive, of course, but especially me because I was the oldest. But, and we talked about surface things. Like, for instance, we'll talk about things that are happening in the world. Have real big debates about, like, man, this is wrong and da-da-da-da-da. This is that. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people love debating, man. We can, what do you call it, pontificate? I don't even know if that's right, guys, to be honest. We can pontificate. I'm sneezing. Or lecture and, show that we are an expert on a topic, right? But when it comes to talking about our feelings with each other and our families, we shut down. Self-separate. Not that it's not acceptable, it's just not encouraged. Hence why some kids walk around with secrets. I mean, granted, not everything needs to be shared with your parents, but as far as communicating your feelings and how something might make you feel, that's something that's not encouraged in the Black community. Like, I don't care how you feel, eat this damn food. Or, you just got disciplined, or your ass whooped. No. Actually, you don't need to talk. You might get a hug after, but there's no explanation. Even though you messed up, there's no explanation or conversation. I wouldn't say explanation, conversation. And a lot of things can be, the whoopings and shit could have been avoided if you just had a conversation, if you knew how to communicate. Anyway, I rant. I don't even know if I made a whole lot of sense here, but I thank you guys for watching and listening. I just took one lap. I need to go one more before I do my yoga class. Okay? And listen, I appreciate anybody who's listening and watching to this. I hope that me talking out loud helps you in any kind of way. Guys, I am on my fitness journey. I'm going to be competing in my first Spartan race at the end of this year. And I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. As I've been getting up every morning, every day, doing some kind of activity, some kind of exercise, because I have that goal in mind. And for me, that was the hack, right? That was the hack. I can't go to no damn Spartan race not able to, jump, run, and all that kind of shit. But that's the what they call the goalpost. It's the goalpost. That's the challenge. And for me, realizing that challenge is going to allow a lot of other things to fall into place for me. Already on this journey, I'm enjoying it. Enjoying the progress. Progress over perfection, baby. Enjoying the progress, getting stronger. It just makes me feel so much more fulfilled, and it's done a lot for my life. But anyway, cha-ta-ta.